Tip number one, how to fly. Now, I know some of you know this already, you can skip on to tip number two, but this was really frustrating for me and some folks I know to figure out, so I wanted to share it with anyone still struggling. You fly by opening the map, that's the Y button on the Nintendo Switch, and looking for a Poke Center or other location that has that little white feather icon next to it. That icon means you've been there before, and it's okay to fly to it. You can do this from pretty much anywhere. You don't have to be in a particular spot. Just go ahead, open the map, click on somewhere you've been before that has the little flying icon, click and fly here. And the magical air taxi will take you there. It's really great for getting around the map. Some of you might have known this, but just because the game doesn't tell you, I figured I'd share it. Now let's get into the really juicy tips. Tip number two, do raids. I can't stress this enough that especially early on, raids are super valuable. You can find raids on your map. There'll be these icons that look kind of shiny and cool, and they have a Pokemon element symbol we see right there. This is an electric type raid. And what that means is not that the Pokemon will be an electric type, but that the Pokemon will turn into an electric type using terrestrialization. Now, the reason you want to do raids early on is mostly for the rewards that it gives you. Specifically, it'll give you lots of stuff you don't need, like to make TMs and stuff, but it'll also give you a lot of really cool items that let you level up. Very similar to rare candies, raids give you a lot of EXP candy. And before you get to, I want to say, level 30, these EXP candies are crazy good. They're basically rare candies, and they'll get your starter to a super high level very quickly. For this reason, I recommend doing raids early and often. You want to do the 1-star raids pretty much every time you see one like this. You can do them from very low levels, and you can always bring in friends to help if it's a higher star, or skip it for now. But do raids. They'll help you level up, they're lots of fun, and you can catch cool Pokemon. Let's check out tip number three. Tip number three, you're probably wondering what you do first. Do you go for gyms, Titans, or Team Rocket Grunts? Well, I'll tell you what, you want to go for gyms first, and this is a prime example. You run into a wild Pokemon, but all you have are Great Balls because you haven't beaten enough gyms yet. Ignore what I have, you haven't beaten enough gyms yet. And you throw a Great Ball, and is that going to catch that Pokemon? Probably not. At the end of this video, though, I will show you how you can just suddenly catch a Pokemon without battling it at all. So stay tuned to the end. I actually go through it on the video, give you an example, and it's super cool. But yeah, until you've beaten enough gyms, higher level Pokemon are very difficult to catch. And even if you beat enough gyms, you still don't have access to good balls until you beat even more gyms. And they won't obey you until you beat enough gyms. So gyms is a top priority if you want to catch any Pokemon at all. In fact, I actually recommend that you stop trying to catch wild Pokemon once they get over level 20 until you've beaten at least 7 gyms. Titans, though, are important for getting to the gyms. For example, this big cliff face. I just can't get up it. There's no way. I have to spend ages going around and searching through this maze of a world. Look at this world. I just want to go straight to my destination. But I can't because this big cliff face is in the way. What you really want to do first is make sure you beat the Steel Titan and the Water Titan. The Steel Titan will give you the ability to jump really far, and the Water Titan will give you the ability to climb straight up cliff faces like I'm doing here. Now, because the Water Titan is really powerful, what you really want to do in order is first beat 5 or so gyms while taking on 2 or 3 of the easiest Titans, including the Steel Titan. And then after you've beaten 5 gyms, you go back and beat the remaining 2 Titans, including the powerful Water Titan, which is around level 50-something. And then you can get the ability to climb, and finally after that, you can go on and take on the remaining 3 gyms. Now, Team Star doesn't really matter at all. You can kind of ignore them until the end game. Some of them are pretty high level anyway, and they don't give you a lot until the end, so just, yeah, go ahead and beat the gyms and the Titans in that order, and you'll have a much easier game. Tip number 4, the most powerful item in the game. This is really silly, but listen to my explanation because it will save your run. This is, are you ready, the most powerful, amazing item in the entire game. Here we go, Paralyze heals. Why are paralyze heals the most powerful item in the game, and why do you want, I'm not kidding, 20 of them on you at all times? For some reason, the developers put paralyzing Pokemon everywhere, from gyms to wild Pokemon. No matter what you do, you will get paralyzed over and over and over again. Even ground-type Pokemon will get paralyzed because they have Glare, Discharge, Thunder Wave, Nuzzle, the static ability. Paralysis is everywhere, and the last thing you want to do is fly all the way back to the nearest Pokemon Center from wherever the heck you were in the world. Where was the last Pokemon Center I visited again? All the way back there. Oh no, to unparalyze your Pokemon. In a pinch, you can actually enter a raid to heal your Pokemon if you find one of those crystals, life hacks. But I highly recommend carrying at least 20 of these with you. The number 20 I came up with because I carried 10 with me, and I kept running out. So 15 to 20 paralyze heals, and you will thank me later. Let's get on to tip number 5. Tip number 5, the best balls in the game. When you beat the 7th gym, you should unlock Quick Balls and Dusk Balls. It might also relate to the number of Titans you beat, but if you're following my advice, it should be about the same. So once you go to a Pokemart, any Pokemart, and you find Quick Balls and Dusk Balls, you are ready to start catching Pokemon. You want to buy a ton of these, and they're pretty much the main thing you should be spending your money on. The reason is because Quick Balls and Dusk Balls are magic. They let you catch almost any kind of Pokemon easily. Dusk Balls easily outshine Ultra Balls whenever you're in a cave or it's just nighttime for some reason, and Quick Balls let you throw a Pokeball turn 1 without any battling and just say you're mine. Net Balls you can also get relatively early. They're also really good because they'll let you catch water Pokemon and bug Pokemon, and there are a ton of those. And you can get some Ultra Balls for like super backup situations, and make sure you get things in batches of 10 for your honorary Premier Balls. But I'm going to demonstrate why you really want to wait until you have Quick Balls before catching Pokemon. You're going to see, I'm going to go to an area with Pokemon that I've just never caught before. I've never caught these Pokemon before, so there's no bonuses whatsoever. And you're just going to see how amazing, it's daytime right now, so we'll do the Quick Ball. These Quick Balls really are, okay? Wild Pokemon encounter. Here we go. Never caught this thing before. It's level 40. Quick Ball, go. Uh-huh. Yeah. Boom. Level 40 Pokemon is mine, without any battling. And fun fact, in this generation, you can run away from the battle, and then re-engage. And does that make it turn 1 again? Does that make it turn 1 again for the Quick Ball? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out in a future video. I hope these tips were helpful. Have fun playing.